Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Space Engineers with Drakaul. Today I have something special to announce. I've actually been invited to play on the Nidd server, so from now on my videos will be recorded and everything I do will be built there. However, it didn't seem right to simply just let this world rot away, so what I did is I'm going to send it out with a bang. Or several bangs, so to speak. Um, I have built a new ship on the Nidd server, and I'll let my engineer tell you all about it in a minute. But basically, yeah, I'm not going to probably have anything fancy like my big rotor antenna or solar array up there, because rotors are not very nice on multiplayer yet still. So when they get nice, I might build one, but till then I won't be building one. Everything that I have built on the server already I didn't record, so I'm just going to explain that away. And here's the explanation. So today I've been contracted by the Delta Fleet to take over Echo Division, which means I'll have to travel to a new sector. The Echo Fleet has dispatched a warp-capable vessel for me and is now arrived, so I'm going to follow Delta Protocol and detonate the base. Alright, so now that the plunger's been rigged, we're going to detonate this thing and hopefully we make it out of here in time. I don't know how long I left on there. The warp cables have decoupled and we're en route now. I've arrived in the new sector. It looks a whole lot like the old sector. The boys from the Echo Division managed to get me some starting equipment here. As you can see, Echo doesn't believe in starting from scratch, so it's one thing's nice about them. We've got a welding vessel as well as a cargo ship and a reconnaissance drone, which is right around here. I'm going to paint this thing up nice flat black. Our solar vessel carried us here quite efficiently. The warp coils disengaged well. I died. Ouch. What the crap was that? Right. I'll have to look back and see if I could see how fast I was going or not, because that I just fell over dead. So basically what I'm going to be working on today is finishing up the Echo here, because it still has a lot of components that it needs to have finished. Goodbye, old me. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay, enough of that. Anyways, so these ships are not in fact inherited. They are not delivered by anyone. I built all of them on the server, so they're not cheating at all. In fact, they actually cost me more time and resources than anything else. I didn't bring the mantis with me, or the manta rather, or electro, or the bug, or anything like that. I didn't bring anything with me to this server. I actually started with nothing, more than basically like what I did on the Let's Play. I then proceeded to build a mining ship, which, if it's still alive, I may actually go show you. I don't know. We'll have to see. I gave it to Boris, so there's no telling what happened to it. I haven't seen the station in a couple days. Then I built this ship, the Echo, after dismantling the baseline starter that I had modified, because I wanted a ship that was mine, that was truly my design and my style and everything. And so I built this ship. I am going to work on constructing a destroyer at some point, a lightweight, fast, heavily armed monster of a behemoth. But whether it'll see combat or not, I don't know. Trying to think of anything else. Let's see. The interior tour. Okay, so for the interior of this ship, it is very much so a factory ship. Keep that in mind as you look around. I have a spare bedroom in case I have to host a guest, or as currently it looks like hold a guest, I guess. Uh, I have my control station here, which is very open. Keep in mind that I don't let many people on this ship, so it's not really secured or anything. And really cool, one of the mods that we have is a shelf that's actually a storage container, which was kind of cool to find out when I finished building it, because I just was expecting it to be a look pretty shelf or something, and yeah, that was cool. We have space coffee from Dead Tech, of course, because what space station slash ship slash anything is right without traces of teeth, fingernail hairs, and other body parts consume it. Oh. Soylent coffee. I don't know about that, Dead Tech. I don't know. I may have to pass on that one. Anyway, as I was just saying, everybody needs space coffee. I read what's in it and then decide that I may not want it. But anyways, more from Dead Tech here. We have a pool table or snooker table. I'm not quite sure which, but I know there is a difference between the two. What that difference is, I couldn't tell you, nor do I honestly really truly care. Um, it's not me being rude or anything. It's just it's like one of those things that you just don't want to know because it doesn't really make much difference in your life. And I've got tables from Sage. I've got my med bay and more Dead Tech bed, and this is Isker's Light, I think is how you pronounce his name. If not, correct me. More Dead Tech, the TV. Then we're moving on up here to my kitchen area. Dead Tech, of course. They seem to supply everything. I think there might be some sort of a conspiracy going on. Anyways, in here we have my CIC, which is, I believe these were originally Riptide stuff, but David Lasher took them over, but I'm not 100% sure about that, so don't quote me. I don't know. I like the screens and I like the effects and everything. I really cannot wait to see what people can do with the modding API. If maybe they could make the screens move or link stuff to cameras and stuff like that. But I think that's a little further down the road. These monstrous tubes, because this is such an industrial ship, you would think feed to something industrial-like, but in fact they are for the ship's defenses. Its one and only defensive weapon is a dual missile platform on each of the forward prongs, and but you don't really need much more than that, to be honest. It'll rip anything apart that went up against it, so it's okay. Well, okay, anything that on this server, I should say, because we're not really combat peoples here. So far, anyway. If it does turn into a combat server, I will build a combat ship to counteract that. But this ship is like I said, it's a factory. There are 4 refineries, 6 assemblers, and I think 5 or 6 arc reactors. No, let's see how many arc reactors does he, or arc furnaces. Sorry, not reactors. We got 5 arc furnaces. There you go. Lovely. And you can hear all of my refineries buzzing about and going and smashing ore into atoms and everything else. But I would suggest, and I will probably upload the video of me actually building the Phoenix over here, because I did do a video of it. But it's before now, and it'll show the Delta, which was my starting ship. And I do suggest that people build one of these drill ships on your server, or on your survival world. And that's because it makes everything so much easier, and they only take like 10 hours to build. Yeah, only 10 hours to build. No, that's nothing, don't worry. Well, it depends on how much resources you have to start with and stuff. But you can build these really simply. Like, if you strip out, you don't need these braces here. I put them in there for looks, and because I have the resources to do it. You just need that central column there to connect it. If it gets smashed into or anything, it's just gonna shatter. But you don't need these braces. You don't need it. So you can save tons of steel plates by not putting those in. You also don't need quite this many thrusters. I just like to have control and power and stuff. You can get away with probably 2 thrusters in each direction, to be honest, I think, with one of these designs to start with. And then you just tunnel through the asteroids, and you get tons and tons of resources. You would not believe how much resources. Actually, I can show you how much resources I've gotten with this thing. Let me see. I've gone through 2 asteroids with this one. Or I've gone through an asteroid 3 times with this one, and my resource pool looks a lot like. Where are they? There. No, that's not it. Here's some of it. There's like 55. That's nothing. That's just a little bit of iron there, a little bit of nickel, a little bit of gravel, just a little bit of magnesium, some silicon, cobalt, silver, gold. But as you keep scrolling down through here, you'll notice the assemblers are full all the time. They've always got stuff in them. There's crates that have almost 1,000,000 iron in each of them. And I've actually given 1,000,000 iron to the platform already, to the community platform. And it's a ridiculous amount of ore that you can gather with this thing. I mean, it is an absolute beautiful machine. I call this one the Phoenix because the first one I built was, of course, called Bertha. And due to a desyncing lag issue, it got deleted or destroyed or exploded. I'm not sure exactly what happened to it, to be honest. They did offer to let me restore it back to its point of before it desynced / exploded or anything else. But I felt that would really take away from the survival of it, and I know some of you are going to say, well, you shouldn't do that. You should just dig it and do it. And I'm one of those people that I enjoy a challenge. I enjoy building things. I like to build. I don't really like to complain or whine or anything. If I lose anything, I don't care. I'll just rebuild it. I'll build a new one. I'll build bigger. I'll build better. I'll build faster. But I'll always remember the previous ship. It's kind of like your first car. You get attached to it a little bit, even if it's a piece of junk. Sometimes you're just in love with that thing because it gives you that freedom and stuff. That's how I am with these spaceships. But at the same time, when it's time to upgrade to a new model, I don't hesitate. I just build the new one, go with it, and then remember the old one, but don't mourn it, basically. Because like I said, it was kind of sad when it happened, and I was a little bit disappointed, and a little bit, whiny about it when it happened. But you get over it pretty quick. It's a digital ship in a digital game in a digital universe, so no use getting all bent out of shape over it. That's pretty much it for now. I think I'm gonna work on doing the interior for this ship. After I finish the interior of this, though, I'm going to do a new project. I'm going to work on that destroyer I was talking about. And I have a challenge that I want to issue to my fellow server buddies. And I'll set that up, and we'll see if anybody wants to participate in it. And then how many participants we get and such. If we get enough, I'll record it, and then if anybody actually wants to join in on this kind of thing, you can comment on it and stuff, and I'll try and work out a place where we could do this this type of challenge. Like it's a challenge build basically in survival for this time. But what I usually do with these types of things is I do them in creative, because what I want to do is I want to get enough material for a few engines, a few reactors or batteries and solar panels and stuff, and basically issue the challenge of who can build the fastest ship with this amount of thrusters and somewhere in this weight class. So then they have to actually build the ship, get it to that weight, make it look good, because there'll be a judge, and we'll find out who's going to be not participating. And we'll have them judge on aesthetics, acceleration, braking, and turning capabilities. Because those are all important things in a racing ship. And then we'll set up a race course to actually race them on and see whose is, in fact, the fastest. Because, you have the other issue of the computer lag thing, because your processor actually is the power behind the spaceships. If you have a faster processor, you can run at full speed. If your processor is like mine, you only get about 70 to 80 meters a second at best. So that's kind of a downside. I'll have to upgrade my computer system eventually. But for now, it works. It gets the job done. I'm amazed that I haven't died running across these thrusters yet. I'm wondering if I can just stand on it. Yes, I can stand on it. Because I am that awesome. I have tamed the blue fire. Anyway, before you all think I've lost my mind, I'm gonna go back to welding. Goodbye, guys!